Hey guys, hope you're all preparing well for the upcoming prelims. Today in this video, we'll be seeing some important map-based questions. Let us begin. So, which place was recently in news for petroglyphs? Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala. The right answer is Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh's second largest petroglyph site, containing about 80 petroglyphs, has been discovered at Mikala Benchi in Kurnool district. Kandanati, with 200 petroglyphs, is the biggest petroglyph site in Andhra Pradesh, which is also in Kurnool district. What is this petroglyph? They are rock carvings. Rock paintings are called as pictographs. We see rock paintings famously in Bhimbetka caves. Bhimbetka caves is in Madhya Pradesh. It comes up during the study of Mesolithic age. In Mesolithic age, one of the famous source we have is the art form, right? Bhimbetka caves, Adamgarh caves, all these we could see some paintings on rocks. But this is your petroglyph, that is rock carving. It's made by pricking directly on the rock surface using a stone chisel and a hammer stone. Identify the place where Information Fusion Center, Indian Ocean Region, IFC-IOR has been launched. Chandigarh, Haryana, Assam, Punjab. The correct answer is Gurugram in Haryana. The Information Fusion Center, Indian Ocean Region, IFC-IOR was launched on 22 December 2018 at Information Management and Analysis Center, IMAC, Gurugram. IFC-IOR aims to engage with partner nations and multinational maritime constructs to develop comprehensive maritime domain awareness and share information on vessels of interest. Vessels meaning your ships, destroyers. Okay. The intention of this collaborative endeavor shall be to secure the global common for a peaceful, stable and prosperous region towards the well-being of all. Just remember, it is in the state of Haryana. Might be a bit confusing because we are giving the name as Indian Ocean Region, but it's nowhere nearby to the Indian Ocean. In the option to confuse you, he might give mostly southern Indian states or say Andaman Nicobar because they are closer to the Indian Ocean. But here the right answer is Haryana. Next question, where is Diamond Triangle situated? Assam, Haryana, Odisha, Punjab. The right answer is Odisha. Prime Minister inaugurated the museum at Lalitgiri in Odisha, which is one of the earliest Buddhist settlements. 3 sites, please remember, Lalitgiri, Ratnagiri and Udayagiri. Lalitgiri means red hill. Ratnagiri means hill of precious gems. Ratna means it's a precious stone. No? In many dialects, in many languages, Ratna means a precious stone. Udayagiri, again Udaya meaning is to rise. So hill of the rising sun. These 3 are known as the Diamond Triangle of Odisha, representing a rich heritage of architecture and sculpture of the post-Mauryan era Indian art, which touched a new zenith of excellence. Clear? So why is it important? Because again we know how UPSC emphasizes more on Buddhism and Jainism related question. Okay. Remember the 3 sites, Lalitgiri, Ratnagiri and Udayagiri. It was one of the few earliest Buddhist settlements and we can see post-Mauryan era art in those regions. Clear? Next question. Identify this state recently in news for rat hole mining. Assam, Meghalaya, Odisha, Tripura. The answer is Meghalaya. You can see what is rat hole mining in that picture. It's the small holes, how a rat burrows or a rabbit burrows inside the soil, like that it will end up looking. Just by looking we can say that it is not beneficial to the environment. It's not stable because at any moment that hill or that place can fall apart. right? It's like you have removed all the foundation from the inside. It won't be a stable area. Despite a ban, rat hole mining remains prevalent practice for coal mining in Meghalaya, where a mine has recently collapsed. Rat hole mining involves digging of very small tunnels, usually only 3 to 4 feet high, which workers, often children, enter and extract coal. The National Green Tribunal (NGT) banned it in 2014 because it was unscientific and unsafe for workers. The state government has challenged the NGT ban in Supreme Court. So you have different kinds of mining. You have surface mining. Okay, you have placer mining, placer gold mining. Clear? This is rat hole mining, which is not legal. With which countries India has signed farm to port project? Saudi Arabia, Israel, Oman, Iraq. The right answer is Saudi Arabia and UAE. So Saudi Arabia and UAE have signed the farm to port project with India. In the name only you have. Okay, from India, some produce, vegetables, fruits, pulses, cereals, whatever is necessary will be sent to these respective countries through portways, that is through waterways. Okay, they have decided to use India as a base to address their food security concerns. To implement this, India has announced farm to port project, which is similar to a special economic zone but in the style of a corporatized farm, where crops would be grown keeping in mind the requirements of UAE and Saudi Arabia's market. You can also tell it like a contract farming kind of a thing. Okay, we are not growing what is required for the Indian here, but for the market that is present in the countries of Saudi and UAE. Whatever they want, we are going to grow here and we are going to export it to them. Why are we doing this? One is obviously good bilateral relations with these countries. Second is it will help us increase our forex also, because trade happens usually in dollars, right? Next question. The first India Central Asia dialogue took place in which country? Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Azerbaijan, Armenia. The right answer is Uzbekistan in Samarkand. It hosted the first India Central Asia dialogue apart from 5 Central Asian states of Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan and Tajikistan. Afghanistan also participated in the conference. So apart from these 5 countries, even Afghanistan took part in the conference. The dialogue focused on a number of issues, including ways to improve connectivity and stabilize war-ravaged Afghanistan. India will be hosting the next India Central Asia dialogue in 2020. Important, remember that. See, whenever I'm discussing the questions, the ideal way is to have your atlas with you and mark the places and look into them where these are coming. Clear? If they share any proximity with India, if they are sharing boundary with India, what are the water bodies? If you are seeing the atlas right now, you will see between Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan, you will have a water body. Okay, so please always have the atlas with you. That's the only right way to go about. Leave me in the comments what is the lake that is there in this Central Asian region. Okay, please comment below. Next question. Identify this place is in association with celebration of Kambala, the traditional buffalo race festival. Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala, Punjab. So the right answer is Karnataka. Dakshina Kannada, Karnataka region. Kambala is an annual festival celebrated in the Dakshina Kannada district of Karnataka. It involves the traditional buffalo race, generally held from November to March. The buffaloes are made to race one another in paddy fields as a thanksgiving to the gods for protecting the animals from diseases. All these was in news few years ago, 2 to 3 years back, Jallikattu, Kambala. Okay, under your Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act, and PETA, that organization. So these traditional practices were in news. Next question. Where is Agastya Kudam peak located? Assam, Kerala, Gujarat, Punjab. Right answer is Kerala. Agastya Malai is a biosphere reserve. Don't get confused. You have Agastya Malai Biosphere Reserve in Kerala. This is Agastya Kudam peak. The defense spokesperson K. Dhanya Sanal has become the first woman to begin scaling 1868 meter tall Agastya Kudam, the second highest peak of Kerala, which is traditionally open only to men. So that was the issue for it to be in news. Anaimudi is the highest peak in the Western Ghats as well as South India at an elevation of 2695 meters. After the order of Kerala High Court, the Forest Department lifted the ban preventing women from summiting Agastya Kudam, that is this peak. The local Kani tribes, remember the name? Kani tribes, K-A-N-I, living on the foothills have opposed this decision of Kerala High Court. According to them, the mountain range is the holy abode of their deity, Agastya Muni, a Hindu sage believed to be the guardian of the inhabitants. It is located in the Neyar Wildlife Sanctuary in Agastya Malai Biosphere Reserve. Agastya Malai Biosphere Reserve is among the 20 new sites added by UNESCO to its world network of biosphere reserves in March 2016. Lot of information to be studied. Please go have a look into it. Okay. First is your Neyar Wildlife Sanctuary, then your biosphere reserves, right? Then about Anaimudi. What are the other peaks in Western Ghats? Go and mark all that in your atlas. Clear? Next question. Where Kalaya scheme has been recently floated? Assam, Haryana, Odisha, Punjab. The right answer is Odisha. Kalia or Krushak Assistance for Livelihood and Income Augmentation scheme was launched by the Odisha government for farmers' welfare. The scheme is being seen as a viable alternative to farm loan waivers. So instead of waiving off the farm loans, they have come up with a scheme called Kalia. It will provide financial assistance to cultivators and landless agricultural laborers. Next question. Identify the place where Auric project has been launched. Maharashtra, Kerala, Delhi, Punjab. The right answer is Aurangabad in Maharashtra. Aurangabad Industrial City Auric project, that's the full form. It's India's first greenfield industrial smart city along the Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor, DMIC. What is the difference between greenfield and brownfield? Brownfield is you're enhancing, that is something already there. Say you have an existing airport and you're increasing the capacity of the airport, or you're investing money to make it more viable. That becomes a brownfield project. Say you go to a place, okay? Say for example, you go to Bijapur or even Tripura. Okay, we have a state in the northeast like Tripura who do not have air connectivity directly. And you plan to make a new airport there. That becomes a greenfield project. Okay, but if you are trying to increase the existing potential and capacity of, say, Bangalore airport in the same place which it already exists, we call it as a brownfield venture or a brownfield project. Clear? So this is the first greenfield industrial smart city. Clear? In industrial smart city, this is the first one, that is a greenfield project, that is Auric. It's being developed by the Aurangabad Industrial Township, AIT, a special purpose vehicle formed by DMIC Development Corporation and Maharashtra Industrial Development Corporation. So what is a special purpose vehicle? The name itself tells. You're forming a body or a set of members who are representing just for this particular project. Once this project is completed, that special purpose vehicle will be dismantled. They won't be used for any other thing. They can be appointed for other projects, but the criteria of that particular special purpose vehicle created will be done. Okay. So like I said, please look into the atlas, whatever places we are discussing. Okay. Whenever you're seeing all this, go through the latitude and longitudes, especially when it is the Indian cities or Indian based places we are seeing. You have seen, if you have observed in the previous year UPSC papers, they have this trend of asking among the same latitude which all cities are coming, or under the same longitude, or even they ask such questions like from Nagaland to Kerala, how many minimum states you have to travel to reach. For all this, if you keep looking into the map, then only you will get an idea. Okay, we'll continue the session. I'll come up with 10 more questions in the next video. Thank you. Study well.